Well, hello everyone. I'm trying to be all festive on this Monday evening. This will be, I guess, yeah, the last Fair Life before Christmas. So, trying to enjoy it as much as I can. Yeah, this is a special hat for me because I always wear it when I go visit my family, my parents and sister and everything for the holidays for the past, oh gosh, how many? Over a decade. I don't remember how long. I started this tradition a long time ago. Whenever I drive up there, I'll put on the hat and I'll wear it the entire drive, for several hours in the car. If I stop for gas, I'm wearing this hat. It's a thing. It's what I do. So hello everyone. Hope y'all have had a really good week. And yeah, if you have and you're happy to be here, just go ahead and share the feed on Facebook if you can. I'd appreciate it. And subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. And yeah, just share it so other people can like it because this is the last one of the year. Ooh. Oh, and yeah, Kristen, thank you for asking about me. Yeah, I am okay. I am fine, 100%. So thank you very much. Yeah, doing okay. Yeah, I was pushing myself a wee bit hard there. It is work is well. This has been crazy work. It's so much fun, and I get caught up in it, and I'll just lose 8 hours here or there, and the next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. in the morning, and I've got a lot of work done on a project. But yeah, so you got to take care of yourself. You learn that. You learn that. And I know, Susan, I am early. I am, but hey, I better early than late. So just a little, and I'm just chatting, having fun, no pressure. People will still show up here or there. And Drew, hey, Drew came in, and Damaris and Kurt and a lot of people. So hey, awesome. And Janine, ah, Bard Santa. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. I like that. It is it's an interesting time of year. It is definitely interesting. It even more so because of COVID and everything else. It is an interesting time of year. So, gotta have fun with it as much as you can. So yeah, let's see. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Last week was a bit crazy. A bit crazy indeed. We did something we really had not done in. I don't know. I'm trying to think if we've ever done that. But we had 3 groups on gathering a fair on last Thursday. It was 3 different groups. How it all came about, and I'll make the story quick. No, I really will this time. The week before, there was a lot of bad weather when we were going to record it. And we had one of the shows, but we were just kind of like, we can show this one, or we can wait and just do the trifecta the following week. And we decided we'd rather just do the trifecta and give it a try. I was really curious how it would go, and it was quite interesting. So yeah, it is an interesting experience doing 3 shows like that, and going from actually, let me show you here. It was for Gathering. It was Haggis Rampant, the Lords of Adventure, and the Pride of Ireland. So it was kind of interesting. Started with Haggis Rampant and some bagpipes, and all of these were filmed at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival. So they were live shows. They were pre-recorded, but they were the shows that they did for people at the fair. So it is really, really cool. And yeah, I think Lee's right. It was a good way to end the year on a trifecta that way. I think it was kind of interesting. I don't think this is going to be a normal thing. We might do it every once in a while, but yeah, this is definitely going to not be the norm. It was a challenge getting videos from everybody and getting it all together. I will definitely say that. And yes, and if everybody hasn't wished Alicia happy birthday, Alicia. So yeah, it is a fun time. Oh my. So yeah, this show was really, really good, mainly because the different types of shows. I always like a show where we can kind of show off different elements of fair as much as possible, and I think this really succeeded. So if you haven't seen the show yet, seen Gathering, go check it out because I think you'll like it. I'm definitely very proud of the audio and the video that was done for it. And a special thanks again to Eric and Steve from the Whiskey Bay Rovers, who they're performing there, and they took some time out of a break and went and filmed these shows, one a day. So it was really wonderful of them to do that. You don't, yeah, I mean, you don't get much time at Faire when you're performing, and that time you do get off is very precious. So the fact that they were willing to do this for Life's a Faire, really awesome, wonderful. So we really appreciate that. And yeah, I think they all turned out really well, really nice. The video, the audio, everything. So happy with it. So yeah, check it out if you haven't, and enjoy it. But yeah, that was good. Oh, and to let you know, we do have our podcast up on Patreon today, and it will be available for everybody tomorrow, I believe. But yes, it is. We have Brandy Watson on there from Arcif. Now, Arcif, for those that may not know, Arcif is what the Renaissance Catastrophic Emergency Assistance Foundation. One of these days I'll have that that acronym memorized. But yes, Renaissance Catastrophic Emergency Assistance Foundation, and it is a it is a really wonderful charity, and we are doing a benefit show for them on Thursday. It's a benefit comedy show. Here, let me bring that up. It's going to be different because it's a lot of performers from Faire are out of garb and just doing comedy bits that they're doing from their homes, outside, wherever they could. And it's really funny and good stuff. It's going to be a lot of little snippets. It's not just like one 30-minute comedy show. It's like a lot of little ones all strewn together, and they're all very different. So it's going to be a nice medley of comedy. I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it a lot. So something to look forward to on Thursday. So although last Thursday was the last gathering of Faire for the year, we still have one more event coming up. So something to check out. I think it's going to be really good. And if you're not familiar with Receive, it is a very worthy cause. The podcast tells a lot about the organization itself, so I'm not going to go too far into that. But yeah, I mean, essentially you have two main charity organizations for Renaissance fairs and Rennies. You have Rescue and you have Arcif. Now, Rescue's been around for a long time, and they are mainly about helping performers and Rennies and all those people with their medical issues that they might have. But there's a lot of other things that don't involve medical, and that's where Arcif comes in. And they try to tackle everything else. And they just started earlier this year, partly due to the whole COVID thing. And they have done a lot of good so far this year. So it's a really, really good thing, good charity. So definitely check it out. Check out the show. And they're asking if you want to donate and just buy a ticket or whatever. There are links on there to do that. So please do that and support the organization. Even if you're not going to show up, please do support the organization, because it is a very, very good cause. Something definitely worth checking out. A lot of fun. So yeah. I think, let's see. I think that's a lot of the stuff coming up. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a very good point, Lee. She's saying that RCF is looking for good volunteers. And they are a new organization. So yeah, they've done so much this year with what they've had, but definitely volunteers are always beneficial and helpful. So please check into that if you're interested. And it is a very good cause, like I said. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Thursday. This is actually going to be one of the most challenging shows I've ever streamed. And that's a statement, because it is interesting. Instead of being like you know, a big 20 or 30-minute show, and then going into another video or transition and then something else. I mean, normally on shows, I'll go through 8 or 10 different segments that I'll transition between manually through the show. And I'll do little pop-ups and things throughout. That's kind of how I roll. I don't just record one video and hit play and then just wait and twiddle my thumbs for 30 minutes or an hour. I don't do that. We go through, and there have been times we've had to go through and make changes to the show format, information that pops up, video order, whatever, while a show is going on. It hasn't happened much, but it has happened. So having it separate like that is so handy. So handy. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be, I'm trying to think how many segments it's going to be. It's somewhere in the neighborhood, if you count videos and transitions, somewhere around the neighborhood of 50 or so that I'm going to be doing in somewhere around an hour. So yeah, it's going to be me constantly going through, and I'm going to have to really look alive. This is going to be the closest to a full-out TV producer I've ever been. And the graphics are coming along great. I'm very happy with it. I really looking forward, but it is going to be the most challenging show, which, you know, that's kind of how it's been. Every week is kind of add a little more, learn a little more, improve everything. And it's kind of been training for this kind of thing. And I think this is a good show to end the year on, because as great as this show I think is going to be, we've got so many cool things coming up for next year. I mean, that we're discussing. Wow. Shows. We're looking at changing some of the shows we already have, adapting them a little more, adding some new things. It is going to be, next year is going to be really, really good. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my gosh, that's why you keep upping the ante? Lee says that Andrew loves a challenge. That's why she keeps upping the ante every week. That's why? Really? I thought that stuff was just coming in and I was helping out. You're just trying to, she's trying to kill me. That's what's going on. You realize that, right? Oh yeah. Okay. So now you know, I've got witnesses. So something to know. This is, oh my gosh. You know, just for that, I'm sleeping for 10 hours tonight, okay? Just for that. I'm going to sleep for 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours. Yeah, I'm going to set the alarm for 9 hours, and then I'm going to ignore it and just turn it off and go back to bed. Say, yeah, I can get another hour. That's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. Oh, mercy. She even admits it. She admits it. So I hope everybody has some great holiday stuff planned. I know that travel is not going to be common, and I know very unlikely I'm going to visit my parents this year. I don't really see that happening unless something drastically changes. So yeah, it's kind of a stay at home kind of thing. They're saying I have to go to bed to get 10 hours sleep. Oh, I'll go to bed. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, just watch. I will totally crash out early tonight, and yeah, I'll wake up sometime. It's not going to be a problem. But yeah, the trick is to try to find some good stuff to just enjoy yourself between now and the end of the year, and just pick those little moments of fun and some selfish moments that you just do for yourself, and that'll make the holidays a lot better. I think that's the best way to do it. So yeah, this has been an interesting week. I've had meetings every day. We recorded Susan's right. I can just lean back, cuddle with my guitar back there, and get a really nice amount of sleep. You're totally right. Now. Okay, everybody's going to keep talking about the sleep thing. Okay, fine. Here's the thing. In the last 9+ months, my sleep schedule has been anything but standard. I have gone to sleep at 8 p.m. before. I have gone to sleep at 8 a.m. before. It has been all over the place. And it's very rare that I go to sleep at the same time one night that I do the following night. It's just, it depends on what I'm working on and what has to be done by tomorrow. I tend to just set a goal and say, this is what I'm going to do. I need to get this done tonight. And I work until it's done. Um, and Kristen makes a really good point. What is time anymore? It really feels like time is just gone out the window and it's all different now. I mean, the whole concept of days and weeks and months is just. I mean, we're in the third month of December this year right now. I think still in the fifth year of 2020, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh. Well, thank you, Lee's finally giving me some credit. I have been making a concerted effort, and it has been working. But she's right. Has a very, very rigid, shall we say, militaristic schedule. And that's true. And I have. But a lot of it has been trying to get the shows together. And it has been an uphill battle. And Kristen, no, my room does not have any windows. No windows. None. I am in a cave with a stone wall behind me. Yes. And it is I mean, it's not far to get to windows. And I go outside several times a day, sometimes just to go outside because it can be a little stifling in here. And I realize that. But at the same time, it's a really good place to just get absorbed into a project and get it done. So that is an advantage. So yeah, I think it's a really good time. Things are getting better. And that's been this whole year. Things are getting better. What? Without windows? That's her dream room? Oh, don't worry. Yes, Kristen, I do go outside for the vitamin D, and I make sure to stay out there and hang for a while. And yeah, that is important for my mental health, definitely. This is great to work hard, but and Damaris says windows are important, and that's sometimes true. But this is also my recording studio and my audio editing studio and doing all of that stuff. And if you don't want, windows are horrible for sound, not just bouncing off, but getting sound from outside. So having a room that doesn't have windows is very, very handy. Very. Oh, and Alicia's studio is a closet. Well, I mean, the closet behind me is actually a walk-in closet. And then over here is another walk-in closet. Yes, I'm very spoiled. And yes, it's true. True. I had a vaulted ceiling. So, yeah, it's a tough life, but I try. It is. But no, when you're sleeping and you want to sleep in, not having windows, very nice. If I ever do sleep in, and I have. Oh yeah, last week, I slept in. Not gonna lie, a few times. I got a lot of sleep. So yeah, it is interesting. Now, I also wanted to ask what you currently think of my lighting setup. It's I got new lighting, a couple of LED lights that are specifically for this, and I am really, it's still very rough. I've got a lot of tweaking to do, and this is sort of step one of it. But I'm very happy with the look so far. I mean, this is so much better than my old webcam. This has been the major upgrade I've made this year financially, and when I don't have much money coming in, having a major putting a lot of money into something a little crazy, but I thought this was worth it considering how much streaming and how much online stuff we were doing. Yeah. I'm a Renaissance performer. It's having closet space is bizarre. It really is. Oh, really? My face is very bright, according to Susan, on her TV. Huh, it doesn't look like that on my monitors. Okay, okay. Well, we can work on that. That is definitely true. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. How about that? Any better? A little darker maybe? Just a little? Something I can even do a little ooh, here you go. How about something like that? Better maybe? Yeah, anyway, we'll do some testing. It's one of those things I've been working on, and I just, the lighting is a new element, and I need to redo all of the elements with the new lighting and do that. I've been just trying to correct stuff with the lighting, but I need to start from scratch. And, wow, whiter than white. Well, I've been accused of that many times, and not just about my music. So, yeah. Um, okay, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll work on it. We'll get there. And Kristen is back to the picture taking, yeah, the camera taking a drink. Well, okay. We're going to get off that real quick, I think, definitely. Yeah, definitely get away from that. I think let's go with, I think we're going to go with the weekly Renaissance word. Um, yeah, yeah, the weekly Renaissance word. That is in farce. Any guesses? Um, in farce. I was trying to find uh, a really good Christmas type of holiday season word that would be a Renaissance word, and Renaissance and Christmas not that common a thing. So yeah, you're probably right. I do need a theme song for a weekly Renaissance word. I think that's a good idea. Um, but yeah, I was trying to find something, and a lot of the classic Christmas words that even are considered old and outdated or antiquated or just have fallen out of fashion are more 19th century. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, 19th century maybe, 18th century a little, but that's it. You don't really get back to the Renaissance too often. So it was tough. I was looking at all these great words. Um, uh, like Yule hole, which is a really fun word. Yule hole, which is when you create an extra hole in your belt because you ate so much for the holidays. And that's actually a much older word than you'd think, but nowhere near the Renaissance. And let's see if I can get this right. Hoggamadog is another fun word. Hoggamadog, which is a 19th century word. What it means is when you start off with a small amount of snow and you keep rolling it, so it gets layers and layers and turns into a huge boulder of a snowball. It's a hoggamadog. Hoggamadog. I know. I love that word. Um, so yeah, I still think that that was good. But in farce is a fun word. Now, in farce essentially means to stuff oneself with food, to engorge oneself. Um, and I like that. I thought it was very fitting. So as you're eating during the holidays and eating too much potentially, feel free to say, I'm enfarcing myself. Um, so yes, my enfarcement may commence. I like it. It is. It actually stems from an older version, meaning from that word. Enfarce meant back in Middle English to stuff an animal with stuffing. You enfarced it. So yeah, that at some point during the history, somebody kind of made the joke that they were asked, "Hey, yeah, did you get enough to eat? How was the food?" It's like, "Oh, I'm enfarced," and everybody thought it was funny and it caught on, and that became a new recognized meaning. So I love it when things happen like that. They don't exactly know when it originated, but it was definitely far back. So I think that's the closest we're going to get. Enjoy farce in farce. Yeah, I know. Susan is all into the etymology, and I like it. I love that. Ah. Yeah, it almost sounds like a Shakespearean word, doesn't it? Right? Uh, he was so fanciful, he was enforced. I like it. Yeah, it has a good flow to it. I think. I do think so. So yes, that is our weekly Renaissance word, in farce. So I hope you liked it. One of those holiday words that, well, means a lot to me. I like it. So I think so. Yeah, and farce is still a word for stuffing in French, according to Susan. So that makes sense. Like I said, it is a Middle English word that still the meaning's kind of changed. Oh, that's true. We could do a whole series on Shakespearean words, Lee. She's commenting on that, and I totally agree. We might have to look at that. Just go through word of the week. That would last us years. There's so many, so many. Yes, and farts sounds like a Shakespearean word as well. Just a different character in the Shakespeare play would say it. That's for sure. Yeah. So yeah. So let's see. I mentioned last week, and I mentioned the upcoming benefit for RCEF, and I do want to reiterate, check that out, and yeah, share that link with your friends and everything, and spread the word, because it's a even if you're not going or can't donate, go ahead and share it, because it's such a good cause, and that would be a good level of support right there. So yeah, let's see. The only other thing I think we have coming up would be something more for me that I have coming up, and so prepare yourselves now. I'm doing a show. I'm playing music. That's right. It's actually happening on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. What's going on is Dan, who plays Shakespeare, and you've seen him from our Shakespeare reviews shows, is doing a New Year's Shaken Eve. He's going to have some fun for several hours on New Year's Eve, and several different groups are going to be on there, including myself. Chase Treasure, Lady Prudence, yes, Paulo Garbanzo, Langer's Ball. I mean, several different people. And it's going to be just like a standard New Year's Eve show where each group does a song or two and then go back and we're all hanging out talking and having a good time. And then somebody else goes to a song or two, and it just does that for several hours. It's going to be a lot of fun just hanging out, because we're also going to be hanging out and talking with y'all live. So it's not just a pre-recorded show. But we'll also have songs and stuff for you. So it should be a lot of fun. So yeah. 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 So I think this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully Lee will put up a link for it and show that off. It's a ticketed show. So the tickets cost $30 each, but there is a discount code for me, or from me rather, that will knock $5 off of it to make it $25. And the discount code is Irish. I made it really nice and easy for you, so it's easy to remember. Irish. So yeah, something to check out. And so yeah, definitely check that out. And please buy a ticket. It would help a lot, because let's just be honest, this camera, it costs way too much money. And the good news is I'm using that for the show. The bad news is I still trying to pay off the camera. So help me if you can and buy a ticket, and I would appreciate it. It would help a lot. So yes, I think it's a good show. It's going to be really good. And they're already talking about top 7 really? The 7 reasons list? We're really jumping into that already? You just can't wait, can you? Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, okay. You just you wanna push me there, don't you? You always want to push me there. Okay, 7 reasons because you asked. You guys. Okay, I thought long and hard about this one because I wanted a good 7 reasons for the holidays, and it's the end of the year, so I thought, what could we do? And I went first person here and uh, tried to think about that. And the best what I came up with was kind of interesting. 7 reasons fair musicians feel lost at Christmas. I know. I mean, you can say fair performers, but I just figured it's from my perspective, so I'll say fair musicians. Although I think it applies to any performer, really. But but yeah, 7 reasons fair musicians feel lost at Christmas. So here we go. Let's go through this and see if we can make this work. So 7 reasons. See, number 7, that you better have remembered to do your Xmas shopping at the last fair you were at, or you're in deep trouble. And, for some of us, like me, that last fair was in March. So you better have really been prepared. Now, there are a lot of good links and locations where you can get some of those items from fair from some of the merchants who go to fair online and still get them in time for Christmas. But we're cutting it close now, so something to think about. But yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, the thing is, we do a lot of our Christmas shopping at fair. Usually, the last fair of the year, you kind of think, oh, it's time to get that Christmas shopping in. Yeah, if you didn't, you're in trouble. And where are you going to go? I mean, Walmart. I mean, really, it just doesn't really make much sense for you. So yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Number 6. That Christmas trees, they just don't seem that special when you're walking in forests all year round. I mean, you spend 8 straight weeks walking through a forest, and then you go next, and you're going through this nice outdoor group of trees, and then the next one, maybe not so many trees, but you still have some trees here and there. You're in the outdoors, and the next one, oh, forest again, and then it's all about let's get a tree and stick it in your room. It just doesn't hold. It just doesn't quite hold the same meaning, I think, for fair musicians that it does for others. That tree, it's like I've been around the real thing for months and months and months. So, yeah, I just don't think it means the same. Not really. Number 5. Okay. Ugh. Okay, outside of fair, the oldest Christmas song you'll hear is still like from the 19th century. I mean, you go into a restaurant or whatever. This isn't exactly as true this year, but when you do, you go into a restaurant or you go into a department store, a grocery store, whatever, and you hear the Christmas music all through December on there. All the music is about 50 to 150 years old. That's about it. You're not going to hear anything remotely Renaissance, and you're going to hear them again and again and again. These same 10 songs you're probably going to hear a ridiculous amount of time, and it drives you nuts. I'm kind of already there now. I've heard it way too much, and it's only the middle of December. Whew. Yeah, 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 yeah. It just doesn't work. I mean, this may be for only musicians, but Christmas music, they overplay it a lot. It's right after Thanksgiving. It's Christmas music 24/7, and yeah. I mean, if they'd throw in a few old tunes, I'd feel a lot better about it. I think most musicians from Ren Fair would. Um, and Alicia's asking about how many songs at the Renaissance actually date back to the Renaissance. Several of mine do. There you go. There you go. And of course, and Damaris, most all of hers. So that just goes without saying. Number 4, as into 7 reasons fair musicians feel lost at Christmas. There are only so many Dickens festivals in the country. I mean, that's normally the rule of thumb for fair musicians. What they do is they try to find a Dickens festival in December to go to, and tide them over. And there are only so many, and some musicians, it doesn't really translate well, so they either have to come up with a whole new show, or something like that. And there are only so many, and they only want so many musicians. So it's actually a challenge to um, get into the Dickens festivals. Um, and that's okay, yeah, the Good King Wenceslas. Beth Damaris is making a point about Good King Wenceslas is an old tune, and you know how often I hear that on in department stores and at grocery stores and everything. Never, they never do it. It's kind of interesting. They never do it. Um, I don't know. I just never hear that one, and it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's just not as popular or what. Uh, It's always have a holly jolly Christmas and jingle bells and deck the halls uh, and an occasional Mariah Carey song, and that's about all you hear. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't, and that's my point, Damaris. They just don't play them anywhere, and I really wish they would. Uh, so yeah, that's my gripe. That's my gripe. So number three, um, and here's the other thing: most Christmas tunes are just too easy to play. I mean, they're ridiculously easy. You can just jump in and play them on any instrument. If you're if you're a professional musician, it's just not a challenge. You can just jump in and play it. It's not really that much fun because, like I said, you're hearing them constantly, and then what, you're going to play some more generic Christmas tunes from the 1950s. It's just not. It's not as much. It's not a challenge. And Leah's right from what she said before. Um, uh, I like a challenge. I mean, that's what makes it worthwhile. For me, just playing the basic stuff just doesn't work. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Okay, and number two, and this one, and Jan is saying, "Speak for yourself. I have to work on them." I said professional musicians. I think if you went the other route and said, "Okay," and you decided I'm going to be professional, you'd get there. You would. You would. Yes, yes, that's right, Lee. I did say that you were right about saying something about me, and it's the holiday season, so I thought you deserved one. So number two, as the 7 reasons fair musicians feel lost at Christmas, it's too cold to practice. Now, usually when in the off season, and you're finished with your last fair, and you go stay with your parents, or you go stay with some friends, or if you have a place like I do, I have flatmates and everything, but you know you might be able to, but it's usually pretty cold outside, and inside you've got other people around, so you can't practice as much as you would really want, and that's tough. Um, that is really tough. Okay, Susan is saying, I'm in Texas. How cold is it? Okay, see, the thing is, I'm in Texas and I'm used to Texas weather. So it is actually really cold to me. Now, if I went up to, Chicago, I wouldn't last 5 minutes. That's just how it works. My body is tuned for that. It is, yeah, I would not be happy. It takes a few years to acclimate to a new climate. And yeah, yeah, I'd be miserable there while I was acclimating. So I'm used to Texas weather. So for me, it's all relative. This is cold. But honestly, for anybody really, when the temperature gets under about 50 degrees, your hands just don't move as fast. Um, I mean, I've tested this time and again at fairs, and when it gets under 50, I mean, you can do it, but it's you start to it's not at 100%, and it goes down as you get to 40 degrees. Oh yeah, it starts to really not be easy, and when it goes under 40, it's really not easy to play music. I mean, maybe some whole notes, but anything fast, no, 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 no. So that's kind of the thing. I mean, the temperature for comfortably playing music is uh, yeah, it starts off pretty high. It's surprising. Now, of course, if you're playing slow stuff, it's not a problem. And maybe that's part of the reason that some of the older stuff is not as fast, because if it was played outside, it was a little colder. I don't know. Maybe there might be something to that. Um, and gloves, I do the fingerless gloves, Kurt, because he's saying that gloves don't help. I mean, and that does help with my hands, but my fingers, well, when I'm doing recorder or guitar, it just the fingerless gloves do work, but it's not. It's still gonna get you. I mean, because it's the fingers that are moving, and if you can't move them that fast, it's just yeah, it's just not as good. So that's kind of the problem. So okay, and now the number one reason fair musicians feel lost at Christmas, and this is an obvious one, but I thought it needed to be put in there. Fairs aren't going on. They're closed. They're not open. You go through an entire year of fairs, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're gone. Now, it is a good rest, and you need a break, but it's still jarring. You end up leaving all these friends and everything, and you don't get to see them for another year, or at least several months. And yeah, it's a little jarring. So you're a little lost. Definitely. Oh, and Kathy's talking about in marching band in October with half times. Yeah, that is. And some of the problem with that is the wind. I mean, for me, cold is bad, but wind really bites and makes it even worse. So yeah, I mean, especially with a wind instrument, when you're blowing and it just comes right back because the wind hits you, not good. Not good. Does not make good tone. Does not make good tone. So yeah, and Leah's right. Even with the pandemic, I mean, the Louisiana Renaissance Fair, which is normally the last fair of the year, I think it still technically is. The last weekend was the last weekend, so that usually signals into fair. And that one was a little late this year. It's usually earlier. And yeah, Kristen is totally right. Sherwood does some really great things where they regularly have gatherings where people can come out and hang in the campground and jam and have a good time at different points during the year. And those are always very, very liked. And yeah, and Damaris is right. It can be a little depressing. But, for some of us, especially if you've been on the circuit the entire year, you kind of welcome the break. I know some of the merchants are kind of like, I need a break. And it's tough. I mean, you're almost out of stock. You got to, musicians, they need to be able to record and come out with new stuff. I mean, you kind of need a break. You need some time off. And I will say that especially after this year with Life's a Fair, having a little time off doesn't sound too bad. I'm going to enjoy Christmas. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to relax a little bit, and I guarantee you, on Christmas Day, I am sleeping so long. I don't think I'll miss the day, but if I can, I'll try. It'll be interesting. And yeah, that has been interesting too. Kristen, one of the things I've loved about Life's a Fair this year, and especially the podcast, is getting to know all of these performers and other people too that I've known for years, but there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about them. I didn't know how they got started in fair, how they got started in music, all these things. And I've heard so many great stories and so many I feel like I've met more people this year in a way than I did last year. It was crazy. I mean, performers and musicians from all over the country, and had good long group discussions on Zoom or Jitsi or something like that. And it is like, yeah, it is quite interesting and fun. So yeah, anyway. So to conclude, the 7 reasons fair musicians feel lost at Christmas. So hopefully that met with your approval. I know Kristen is the most judgmental of the group. So we'll see what she says. But yes, yes, that is seven reasons. The last seven reasons of the year. Ooh, ooh, wow, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So yeah. Oh, I almost forgot one thing. We do have another Shakespeare reviews coming up on Friday. I forgot to mention that, and that is our Christmas show. We we managed to find a couple of Christmas movies that are based on okay, very loosely based on Shakespeare plays, very loosely. But I have to say, Charles Dickens has a bit of a monopoly on the whole based on Christmas concept. Lucky bastard. So, um, yeah, it made it a little rough. So we did talk about a couple of movies, and then we kind of just talked a little bit about some Christmas movies that we liked. I think it's a good episode. We had a lot of fun with it. So definitely check that out on Friday. That should be good. No, Kristen is definitely. Lee's saying that she doesn't think Kristen is the most judgmental. No, quite the contrary. But she is pretty discerning when it comes to seven reasons. So that's really what I was referring to. No, no. The most judgmental of the group is definitely someone else. We won't name names. Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, it always seems tough when you're a December birthday child. I mean, it's really, I get that. It is really tough going through that. It's so much easier to just have it be spread out. You know, if it was me, I would probably, if I had a kid whose birthday was in December, I would probably just let them pick a new day. Say, okay, let's not do it in December. Let's spread it out. When would you like your unbirthday or uh, special birthday or modified birthday or whatever you call it? What day would you want that to be? And let them pick it. And then boom, that's your birthday. You want it to be June 21st? It's June 21st. I mean, if you want it to be out of school in the summer so you can enjoy the gifts and the parties, if you want to be in, I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons, but just that's probably how I'd play it. That is probably how I would play it. Um, and I think half birthdays would work, but honestly, there can be problems with that too. Because right smack dab in the summer, I don't know if that's always a good birthday time either. It can be, but you know, sometimes sometimes it's good to have a birthday during school, so it's easier to have a big birthday party if you want to invite all your friends and everything. That can be it can be a little more difficult without that, especially when you're young, when the kids are young. So I don't know. I don't know. I can see a few different sides to that, but a half birthday works. Um, yeah. So anyway, that would be how I would do it. So yeah, Shakespeare review is coming up, and yeah, the only other thing I can still talk about is that wonderful show I've got at the end of the year now on New Year's Eve, and I'm working on it now and working on all the music, and it is really that is really cool. I really think you're gonna like it, so please check it out and check out tickets and support the musician because I think it's going to be a fun show. Uh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. A lot of cool stuff going on here. Ah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed because this is the last one for the year, so I got to get all this in. Yeah, and Jan's right. I still need to do a solo show. I wanted to make sure that I got a Life's Affair going as much as I could, and I hope y'all have been happy with it. I think that's what I want to say for the end of this because it is. This has been such a crazy 9 months of time that doing Life's Affair, I just the amount of work I've worked harder this year than I ever have before. Um, and considering I'm semi unemployed, that's really weird to say that out loud. But it really is. it really has been a ton of work. It's been very rewarding though. I've had some wonderful moments, like uh, like spending several hours with Jesse Linder, um, many hours really, several days, going over how to do live streams and how to make them look and sound good, and uh, we spent multiple days on that and got him set up, and then he did several live streams and a good number before he unfortunately passed away this year. And I feel so fortunate that I was able to do that with him. And a lot of other performers too, giving them direct help and some tips on how to improve their streams and get them going. And I also, yeah, it's just, it's been rewarding, but I also feel like I've built something up with Lee, and now Alicia, that is just, um, it's I feel really good about what we've accomplished, and this is only like, it feels like so much, but at the same time, I feel like I've just taken my first step. Oh gosh, I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi talking to Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. I feel like I've just taken my first step into a what? Yeah, it really, it really does feel that way. That this is just the beginning, and it's an extraordinary feeling. And I want to thank all of you for being a part of this. For some of you since very at the beginning, and some of you joined in here and there, and but still, I want to thank all of you because it's been so much fun spending some time with you and hanging out and having fun together and trying to keep Fair alive as much as we can, at least the spirit of it, so that it never felt like Fair was gone completely. Because no matter what, that was always my goal. So, um, yeah, yeah. Oh man. And Susan is saying, "Help us, Sandra McKee. You're our only hope." I love that. Thank you. Um, but yeah, no, Aaliyah's right. If you know anybody who's having trouble with online streaming or anything, feel free to email us. Info@lifesaffair.com, and or just get in touch with us through our Facebook page, and we'll see what we can do, because we try to help as many people as we can with their streams and the technical side. It's a big um, it's a big uphill battle to get comfortable with not just the cameras and the hardware, and then working in your software, whether it's Mac or Windows or Linux or whatever, but also the whole concepts of audio and making it sound good, and color and color correcting and making that look good. And it's a huge process, but once you get it set up, if you're using the same setup again and again, you're good. It doesn't take much more to do it, as long as everything else stays the same. So there's a lot of good ways to do it, and it's been a lot of fun and very rewarding helping people out with that. So if you know anybody else who needs that, just let us know. And yeah, I mean, just earlier today, I said the same thing on a show on live stream on Shakespeare's channel, and did that. And we do have lots of different meetings week after week, just talking about that very subject. How can we help more people? How can we do more? So yeah, I guess yeah, I mean, as crazy as this year has been, and as much as I've worked, I can't think of it that any of it has been in vain or a waste of time, and that feels really good. So seriously, thank you everyone for being a part of it, and helping us with this process, and sharing it to your friends, and spreading the word, because it really has meant a lot, and it has helped a lot. So yeah, and hey, if you're in a position to help, hey, jump into our Patreon and support Life's Affair too. We'd appreciate that as well. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna start. If I keep this up, I'm gonna feel like Sally Struthers and Save the Children. So I've got to. Okay, get off this topic. So. Yes, yes, and Lee is totally right with Susan that we want to be a part of your first fair experience. So when it happens, let us know because we want video footage of this. Okay, your first Ren Fair. Um, yeah, yeah. It'd actually be interesting to kind of do a comparison contrast to do like a 4-year-old at their first Ren Fair and then follow at the same time Susan at her first Ren Fair and do a comparison contrast video shot. I like it. I think that could be kind of amusing. I'm just throwing this out. Uh, oh no, 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 no crying. No, no. There's no crying in Life's a Fair streaming. Yeah, no. So yeah, yeah. It is an interesting. It has been an interesting year, a wondrous year, a scary year, a crazy year. But I am so happy that we've been able to make some lemonade out of these lemons, and I hope to continue that for next year and the year after. And I do guarantee this, that it's only going to get better. I can say that without reservation because just the discussions we've had in the past week make me realize how, wow, just in January, how much of a leap forward we're going to make. And then, oh gosh, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in March. Oh my gosh. A lot of cool, exciting stuff. So yeah. Mm. What do you mean we have next Monday too? But we're doing Fair Life next Monday. Is that on the schedule? I thought this was the last Fair Life. We do? I didn't think we were doing anything Christmas week. That was the last thing I heard about it. This is news to me if we are. Really? But that's why I wore the Santa hat today. We talked about that. Oh gosh, we do? Okay, this is brand new news to me. We did not. Oh, okay, well, I didn't put that on the schedule. Um, yeah, it's the week of Christmas, though. My understanding was you weren't doing anything the week of Christmas. I did? Yeah, actually, that does sound like me. Hmm. 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 I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like um, I feel like we did kind of cover everything this show. Um, okay, I'll tell you what, because uh, we could we're going to do something on next Monday. It may not quite be Fair Life, but we'll do something. How about that? We'll do that because it could be something. It could be kind of a Fair Life light, or it could be something entirely different. Um, uh, yeah, just kind of like a hangout. I think that's going to be better. I think that would be a better move because Fair Life. I don't think there's not really much else to talk about, and yeah, I think this kind of covers everything. I mean, I'd rather just do something different. Let's just do a special event. Um, I mean, a staff meeting? You mean like publicize it, like do it in front of everybody, or just? I'd rather just like if you want to call it a staff meeting, we can, but I'd probably just say let's hang out online and just chat and have fun. We can call it a staff meeting if you need a tax write off. That's fine, but I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, total. Yeah, staff meeting. Totally, totally. So okay, there will be a special event next Monday, but this is the last Fair Life. So again, thank you. Yeah, I like that. I like that, and this will be yeah. Actually, let's do that. Let's get Alicia and Lee in the show and do that. Do it that way. And she's still making an Andrew puppet. Really? Really? Okay. Well, okay, that's cool. I think Kristen should do an Andrew puppet. That way, if I need to just, bail for early or go hang out somewhere else for a little while, I've got a stand in. I like this. I like this. Stunt Bard. I like it. I like it. Ghosts of Past. No, 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 no. No, we're not doing the Ghosts of Past on Andrew. That's actually one of my nightmares. So no, we're not gonna do that. Some of my past, I'm okay not reliving. So yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're. Gosh, early on. Early on, we were talking. I thought we were going to be done by 7:35 or 7:40 or something, and it's already 8. This lasted a lot longer than I was expecting. Gosh, y'all are talkers, I swear. Y'all just keep talking and talking and talking. Man, I can't get a word in edgewise. Well, that's how it works sometimes. I try and be concise and everything at the beginning, but y'all just keep going at it. Oh well, that's luckily I'm a good listener, so that helps a lot, I think. No, actually, Lee does not have old photos of Mr. McKee. At least not that old. Yep. There's not really. There's a lot of cool pictures, but I've got them pretty locked up. We'll have a This Is Your Life, Andrew McKee someday, but I think that's going to be well produced and moderated by moi. We're going to be cautious about that. A bard roast? But we can't do a bard roast. It wouldn't be fair. Too many people would volunteer to be a part of it, and we'd have to disappoint so many. So yeah, we can't do a bard roast. It just wouldn't be right. Wouldn't be right. Well, that's true. That's true. Oh, I see. You think that 15 years ago is old. That's cute. Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess that's true. I hit a point where I don't think 15 years ago old photos are that old. Wow. Yeah, that happens. Oh, man. A bard roast? I have a feeling I'm going to be enforced during this roast. Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to like where people stuff it. Oh, man. Oh, that's true. I did post a college picture of me wearing an Animaniac shirt on that episode, Alicia. You are correct. Yeah, that's an Animaniac shirt. That's fine. I don't consider that's a pass because it's Animaniacs. There you go. Okay. Well, it's been over an hour, and I'm going to try to keep this I don't want this to take the record of the longest Faire Life, which is not that long from now, so let's keep it in tow. But but again, it's been a pleasure. Thanks again for spending the evening with me and spending some of the year with me. Always fun. And hopefully I'll see you at the benefit on Thursday a little bit. I'll be the one busily doing transitions every minute or two and pop-ups regularly. It's going to be fascinating how that works. And yeah, hopefully maybe I'll get to see some of you at the New Year's Eve show. So that should be a lot of fun too. So yes, thanks again, and have a wondrous evening and a happy week. And to recap, the Renaissance word of the week was in farce.